What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers. Shout out to everybody that's following us on Deftones Radio as well. That's our new Instagram. That's DEAF2 Radio. Make sure you guys follow us there.
And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we drop new music, up and coming artists. Check out the link in the description. We'll get you about 60 seconds of your song in the beginning of one of our up and coming videos to get you some promotion. So check that out if you're interested in that. So Deftones. Rocket Skates is the name of the song we're going to do today. It's off of the Diamond Eyes album. And I think we did what? You've seen The Butcher?
We did, yeah, we've done You've Seen the Butcher.
Yeah.
And that was, 3 years ago. Wow. So it's been a while, man. Yeah. This album came out in 2010. You know, so and we did that Polyphia Bloodbath song, man, and we just figured, you know what? Heard Chino's voice again. We were like, oh yeah, we need to revisit Deftones, man. I know we've done we did some songs off of their most recent album, Ohms, as well. That was probably the last Deftones stuff that we've done. I think some of those videos are still on Patreon. That was an interesting listen, that album. So let's see where they're at. This one was a big request, Rocket Skates. Been a big request for Deftones for quite some time. And we've just kind of we've really just jumped around their catalog. We did the White Pony album, that was like 2000. And we did the My Own Summer, that was around the fur, that was in 97. Diamond Eyes, 2010. Koi no Yokan, I think somewhere in the 2000s on that. Where specifically? That's in 2012. Okay. So we have really Ohms, which was literally just a few years ago in 2020. Yeah. So we have jumped around a lot in their catalog, and that's more than I could say from pretty much 98% of the bands we do, man. We usually stick within an album or two, So that's we spread the love, man. We have a good feel for, what we think overall of Deftones. Let's rock Deftones, Rocket Skates. Aggressive. Yeah.
That right here is so crazy. There's a lot of transitions in here, man. Some are hot as hell. Some of them are a little suspect. But it's interesting to see Chino change up his voice like this, right? Transitioning from like the soft, melodic voice that we've grown to love by him. And then the screamo type of heavy metal type of sound, right? The aggressive, like... And I don't know, man. It sounds like his voice is struggling to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you fuck around and pop a fucking vocal cord or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do that.
I'm sure he has, though. Yeah. And by the way, screamo, guys, I know y'all get triggered by that word screamo. He's just, the fucking intensity in his voice sounds high-pitched, okay?
Thank you.
That's such a trigger word for the metal community.
Well, he's screaming. He's singing very loudly. There we go. Is that better? That's better, right?
Hey, I thought the first one was cool. But
singing very loud.
Just in case.
But the grooves, though, themselves... Musically, I like that transition. That dun, 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 dun. I thought that was okay. But there's some other ones that are a little, like, harsh and abrupt. But once they're in that groove, I can appreciate that. Now, I will say Chino sounds, this is the first listen, it sounds a little different for me. How he's singing over that. Because if I isolate those two things, isolate his singing, isolate the groove, I think independently, I like the way they sound. But together, on a first listen, it's a little, it just seems like it doesn't mesh well.
At all. Okay. You're being gentle. Just at all. I don't know. I literally think he said, fuck the groove. I really did say, fuck that shit. I'm going to do what I want to do.
But do you like that groove there?
I love that.
I think that sounds nasty.
I think the riffs in here.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Because I was like, they came in kind of on a metal shit with this one. And then when Chino started singing, and then the transition, and then Chino started singing again, you know, it was just very odd, but entertaining though.
Yeah.
Just like I'm actually enjoying the process of trying to figure this one out. All right, let's get back to it.
That's cool. That's cool.
But that's clever right there.
Yeah,
It's very clever.
Dude.
Let me just say, when he said, all right, that transition, I know it's coming and I keep getting caught off guard.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming at some, and it just catches me off guard.
But this groove here, though. You're right, George. And that's what I'm saying. The transition part itself, outside of that dun 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 dun, that's cool. That transition is cool. But the rest of them are so abrupt that it does the same thing for me. It's like, oh my God, it's so abrupt. But once they're in this groove right here, even before, once they fuck the transition. Once the transition I don't really like. But outside of that, the groove that they're in is nasty. Let me run that back a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me run that back a little bit.
They're playing though.
Yeah.
This like mute, like from a skill standpoint, this may be one of the more skilled offerings that I think we've heard from them. I don't know about musically if I love it, but I do appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause it right here one last time, guys. I wish the whole song sounded like this right here. I really like this groove that they're in right here. It's nasty to me. It sounds so rough, rugged, and raw. I really like this pocket right here. But how they got there, I just didn't like. But this pocket right here, man, I really love how aggressive that shit sounds. I love it.
This is like the Kobe Bryant detail episode of Lost in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stops. Like, what with this part right here? We're gonna put the spotlight right here.
I know why you guys wanted us to listen to this, man. This sounded like a different offering from Chino, specifically, and how he approached this was unique and different. But do I dare say this is giving me like Polyphia vibes? And I know you guys are like, what the fuck are you talking about? This sounds like nothing like Polyphia. And you're right, it doesn't. It sounds nothing like Polyphia. But what I mean by that is Polyphia has a distinct sound that's like synonymous with their DNA, right? And we call it the Boom Dickens now, right? When I'm like, boom dicka doom dicka doom doom, right? And
someone said we need a t-shirt.
Right? But they do that, though. That's in their DNA. At some point in time in a song, you're going to get the Boom Dickens.
Can't resist.
Yep, they're going to, right? So I feel like musically, when I heard this song, they were getting busy. And you guys know I touched on the groove that I really liked a lot. But all the grooves I liked in here, just the transition and how they got there, I wasn't a big fan of. Now, bringing back that Polyphia reference, I'm talking specifically about the way Chino approached this song. I felt like there's certain things in his DNA that he had to bring to the table. That soft melodic singing, he was like, that's just in my DNA. I got to do that at some point in time. Not for this song, bro. No, I think he should have just omitted that altogether. You know
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, man. I just think he just should have omitted that altogether and just stayed in pocket, because he just sounded, it almost, and this is the first time I think I'm ever going to say this about Chino, he almost took me out of the song. You know what I'm saying? Him. And I'm a big Chino fan, man. I'm a supporter, right? I think that, he really brings that shit to life. But the way he approaches, I don't know if it was, I don't think he complimented the song well. Now, musically, everybody got off on this. And I'm not a big fan of the transitions, but once they got past that transition, when they were in the groove, I really liked what they offered here in the actual groove in the pockets. And I think they destroyed that part of it, but just how they got there was just a little, it was just not a little, but I just didn't really like the abrupt changes. Now, again, this is his first listen. Maybe once I listen to this again, it may kind of, I may have a different outlook or opinion on it, because I was catching it, as the song was progressing. I was telling George under the music, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to catch on to the pattern in the rhythm of how they're doing these transitions. I still didn't like it, but I was still, kind of gaining the structure there. But musically, they knocked us out the park. And I know that that's probably why you wanted us to do this, guys, because it's a different offering, it's a different sound. And I see why you guys probably really, really like this sound from them. But I wasn't a big fan of how Chino approached it, man. But musically, they got busy, man. I got to give them credit on that. And I'm going to give that a couple more listens to see if it'll kind of grow on me, because I didn't hate that. You know me. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I just can't. I don't even know why this was even a suggestion. I just do not like this. And that's not this. This, I liked a lot of parts of it. Just the transitions was a little off, and I just really wish Chino's approach was a little different. But overall, man, I'm going to give that another spin, because I thought that sounded really good.
Yeah, this is a nice feather in the cap for Deftones, in my opinion. I was just thinking about this as the song was playing. I'm just like, when artists do things that I feel like just show their chops and show just their range of sort of creativity, or just show a different layer to what they're capable of. I felt that even when we were listening to some of the Ohm songs. They took some chances on that album, I feel like, as well, that were just a little bit different from what we had grown accustomed to. I feel like Rosemary, when I think about Rosemary, that's in line with Deftones, but that was a little different. Digital Bath is just, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, that's automatic. But Digital Bath, Change, we went from Digital Bath and Change. Then we heard My Own Summer, which is disgusting to me. Yeah. Disgusting. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I banged the fuck out of that one. All right, so yeah, salute. That might be in one of my most played joints, man. So then we went to My Own Summer, and then we went to You've Seen the Butcher, and then we went to, like I said, the Ohm songs, and we've we just went around, and they've definitely changed their sound up quite a bit, in my opinion. It all seems pretty different. It doesn't seem like they just kind of stuck and lived in a certain formula. And I think this is just another feather in their cap, man. I thought that this was heavy. Mm-hmm. I thought it heavy-ish. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if Deftones is considered metal. I think that they do have metal songs, though. And I agree with what you said regarding Chino. I think Chino has a style. and doesn't maybe it seems like he doesn't want to compromise that style too much, regardless of what the groove is asking for. In my opinion, I just think the groove was asking for more raw, and he was raw in parts with the singing, but a more aggressive, not as soft, not as sort of whimsical with this sort of what do we say the astral projection, floating in air vibe that Chino gives. I just think that probably didn't call for it. And quite frankly, I think that's why the transition annoyed me more. I think if his voice was a little bit more aggressive and it was not as sort of light, I think that transition wouldn't just, because every time that transition came, that and I heard his voice accompanying that, it made me dislike the transition more. So but he still does him. He has a formula. He has a style that I feel like he doesn't compromise with, and it's signature to him and the Deftones, and I appreciate it. And I don't think this sounded bad at all. Could be a bit of a grower, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to give it another spin. So I do appreciate that, though. It's a nice feather in the cap. Not playlist, but maybe after another spin, it could be. All right, man. Shout out to everybody that requested that on Patreon. That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel. The link for that will be in the description. It will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas. We out.